You're watching a tooltip video for the US EPA's CompTox Chemicals dashboard. These are short tutorials for individual tool features. More tooltips and longer training materials are also available to you as part of the New Approach Methods or NAMS training website. This video will provide a brief overview of using the Lists tool and conducting a batch search. So here we are on the homepage of the dashboard. Let's start by navigating to the top of the screen and selecting the Lists drop-down menu. From here, we'll choose Lists of Chemicals. These lists provide access to an aggregate of chemicals associated with a project, publication, source database, or other collections. Where possible, the lists are linked to the original associated resource. We'll use a list of chemicals with EAGLE values, which stands for Acute Exposure Guideline Levels. As I type EAGLE in the search bar, the most relevant record comes to the top. And this is the one we're looking for. You'll notice that there are 174 chemicals included in this list. Clicking on the link brings us to a description of the list and shows all of the included chemicals. Here on the right side, we have the option between toggling from tile view, which is what is shown on the screen now, and grid view. So I'll switch to grid view, and you can see that this provides some information on ToxCast assays, the consumer product database, and chemistry. If this captures the information that we need, we can export these data in a variety of formats by selecting from this dropdown. However, we may be interested in additional details on each of these chemicals. For this, we have the convenient option of clicking to send 174 to batch search. This brings us to the batch search function and automatically includes the chemical identifiers. I'm going to click Display All Chemicals. It may take a moment to search the database for the inputs. Here you can see that all 174 of our chemicals were found. So from here, I'm going to scroll down and choose to export the data. We have a variety of options available: Excel, CSV, or SDF. Note that enhanced data sheets are only available to download in Excel format, which is what I will select. We're then given the option to customize the results that are included in the export file. This allows us to choose to include chemical identifiers, structures, intrinsic and predicted properties, metadata, or enhanced datasheet. You can hover over the label of each one of these for more information on what will be included in the output file. As examples, I'm going to select to include the INCHI string, Opera model predictions, NHANES and exposure predictions, assay hit counts, IRIS, and ToxValDB enhanced datasheet. Now that I've made my selections, I'll click Download Export File. This may take several seconds. Okay, so here's our file. The cover sheet gives us the date and timestamp for our search and a summary of the content that was found. If we move to the Main Data tab, we see that each chemical is a row and the columns are the data we chose to include. Clicking on the hyperlink for each chemical will take you to the chemical's landing page. Then you can see we're given the INCHI string when it's available. And if there are data for the chemical on ExpoCast or for IRIS toxicity values, then there's a hyperlinked Y that will take you directly to the relevant information. Note that if you chose to export this as a CSV file, these hyperlinks will not be functional. Next, we have all of our Opera predictions, then data on ExpoCast median exposure prediction, or NHANES, and then finally the data on the number and percent of active ToxCast assays. We also chose to include the enhanced datasheet for ToxValDB. You can see this is available as a separate tab. Finally, while we use the list tool to conduct our batch search, we also have the option to conduct a batch search on any set of chemicals. We can do that from the home page by navigating to the Search drop-down menu and selecting Batch Search. From here, we can enter a list of chemical identifiers separated by line breaks. So this covers our brief introduction to chemical lists and batch searching. Thank you for accessing tooltips for the CompTox Chemicals dashboard. You can find more tips for this tool and other tools on the NAMS training website.